before you enter the Xfinity Center. And we're about to do just that. Game 2 in the Big Ten. Their beloved Terrapins up to number 19 with a bullet. The hottest team in the Big Ten. 5 straight wins taking on the Wisconsin Badgers. Here are the updated standings, and you'll see after that Nebraska win, a big one for Tim Miles earlier tonight at Indiana. But it is Maryland that is on the heels of the top 2 in the state of Michigan. Hi again, everybody. Tim Brando by my side. Donnie Marshall. We are ready for 2 outstanding talents in the post. Face you up, post you up, they're dynamite. Tell me about them.
Well, the first guy that he's first-team All-American, walking double-double, Ethan Happ. Just a terrific player. You know, the NBA said, hey, you're not quite ready when he tested the waters. If he's not ready, I don't know what is. He's a terrific passer. He knows how to get to his spots in the paint, and they're using his offhand, which you're going to see more of this season if you haven't already. And then on the other end, with a name like Bruno, you know he's a man. Bruno Fernando runs the floor. His athleticism is terrific, but his energy, and he's become a much better passer.
And you look at our starting lineup, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Dietrich Trice and Brad Davison, a couple of old quarterbacks in that backcourt for Greg Gard, Iverson, Happ, and Reavers, the rest of the starting 5. Maryland will counter with Cowan and Ayala in that backcourt. And, of course, up front, we talk so often about what Bruno Fernando can do, but it's not as if he doesn't have a lot of help. Sorrell Smith has played well. Darryl Marcel, the sophomore from Baltimore, has also been outstanding. And Ayala has really helped Cowan become the kind of guard that he really wants to be. Right now, Maryland's coming off its best half of their season, their best 20 minutes in the second, and that come from behind victory against Indiana. Wisconsin, on the other hand, had to go overtime before losing at home, so they've been kind of going the other way. And if there's any indication about desperation already in terms of trying to get a quadrant 1 win, we've got that tonight from Nebraska earlier.
There's a lot going on in this game, and I think that's just what the Big Ten has become over the last couple of years, is every single night in this conference means absolutely everything to these teams.
Our officials, Larry Scarano, Steve McJunkins, and Terry Oglesby. Maryland controlling the tip, and here's Cowan with a teardrop. And a foul by Cowan. And he missed an opportunity there.
Trying to find some contact when he could have just gone up and had an easy lay-in. It's almost the way that Maryland started the game against IU on Friday. They missed an easy layup to start the game.
Now, you might recall that was an opportunity that Bruno Fernando had, and he did not miss the rest of the night. Davison, he's a tough customer, this kid. And to play, as you well know, the point guard position. He didn't plan on it with all the injuries. Injured that left shoulder. Really was playing with an arm and a half a year ago. He's healthy now and in a much more comfortable spot as a combo guard.
And the baby fat's gone as well. He's slimmed out. He's got that football body out of here, and now he's got a basketball body, Davison.
Quick double of Fernando. And on the dribble drive, it will be a block inside as Marcel was making his move. Mark Turgeon in his 8th season here at Maryland. Hard to believe it's been that long. Great broadcaster Johnny Holliday right there behind him. Been calling Maryland games for many, many years. And Greg Gard on the other side with Wisconsin took over for Bo Ryan. Now his 4th year. And the quick answers we mentioned from Marcel. His first bucket, and we're tied at 2.
Darryl Marcel, another guy who's been dealing with some ankle stuff earlier in the season. Looks pretty good. Nice lift on the jump shot.
Davison off the heel this time. Follows his own shot on the long rebound. Reavers not there. Happ tries to keep it alive. Pretty good presence of mind that time by Marcel. Let's get your keys to winning on the road.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Take care of the basketball. 17 turnovers for Wisconsin. At home, last game versus Purdue, did go to overtime, but that's not like them. They're really, really good taking care of the ball. Free throws, 66%. You're not going to shoot a lot, but you got to make the ones that you need to. And then Maryland, 18 offensive rebounds, Timmy, last game. Can't happen again for Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're right. That's a moving pick. It'll go against Bruno Fernando, his first. By the way, very uncharacteristic to think that Wisconsin would turn it over 17 times as they did against Purdue. And they've got to clean that up. They were the #2 team in fewest turnovers, only Virginia ahead of them prior to that game with the Boilermakers. Even after the 17 turnovers, they ranked 6th in the country tonight. And there's Davison again with a beautiful cut. And it's 4-2.
Man, Davison is trying to set the tone for Wisconsin. Made a couple of baskets. Now it's going to make you respect him a little more. Maybe leave some open area for Ethan Happ.
Ayala. At today's shoot-around, he walked right up to you and said, hello, how are you?
Oh, so impressive.
Yeah, he is a sharp kid that carries himself much older than that of a freshman.
Yeah.
There's Happ. He knows how to put it on the deck. Boy, the iron unkind. That time halfway down the cylinder and out.
But you got everything you wanted, though.
You sure did.
He's not going to miss a lot of those if you let him get to that spot.
Well, the rotation to Morcell out of the zone, not quick enough. And Darrell, the sophomore from St. Joseph, Mount St. Joseph, connects. 8-4 Terps. Just over 3 minutes gone by. Well, you know, Turgeon told us earlier today that he's never fretted so much over how to defend an opposing player. Now, think about that. The great players that he's had to scout, both as an assistant coach, obviously as a head coach, from Texas A&M all the way over here to Maryland. That's a tall statement.
Because he does so many things to really put the defense at a disadvantage. Can handle the basketball, can pass the ball, knows how to get to spots.
Jalen Smith tried to shoehorn that pass in there. Reavers knocked it away.
That pass is not going to happen, freshman. Not a chest pass in the middle of traffic, but this is great ball movement. Eric Ayala knocking it down. They keep the pressure on you, and there's, when you're talking about the passing of a Bruno Fernando, and, you know, Jalen Smith has every opportunity to learn from Bruno Fernando as well in that passing and finding guys on the perimeter.
Cowan. Not there. There's Stick Smith. Would have counted had it gone. They wanted to see more energy from him after that no goals performance in his last outing on Friday. 2-point game. Sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Here at the Xfinity Center at Maryland. The Terps are right now leading it by 2. Well, we talked a little bit a moment ago about how difficult it is to guard a guy like Ethan Happ. Mark Turgeon told us. Here's what Brad Davison talks about what it means to have someone as capable as Ethan Happ inside to play with. And he's done that.
He does so much. You know, he's such a focal point for defenses to stop that he makes the game a lot easier for the people around him just because he draws so much attention. And you really can't guard him one-on-one because he's so efficient and talented one-on-one on the block that he can finish with his left and right. So you kind of got to send a double team, which then opens up so many opportunities for us offensively.
Well said, young man. Really, you know, for a guy as a sophomore to already recognize not just how good his teammate is, but how much more successful you can be playing off of him. Throw the ball inside. Yes, he will attract double teams. But that kid right there is going to be open because that guy right there can pass the ball and is willing to pass the ball. Now, last season had to do too much. There were some injuries, no Trice, no King. So it was a different team. And you called it earlier. Davison, as a freshman, really a football player trying to figure out how to play this game, had to play out of position.
Well, he gets to play with a great deal more freedom now, and he understood, you could tell in that soundbite, that he knows Ethan Happ is one of the essentials to that freedom he has. The way he handles the rock and then finds open receivers like Davison tells you really all you need to know. That was a tough shot off the back iron, and Cowan finds Morcell on the wing. Beautiful skip pass. Ayala turns down the 3, but takes that one.
Kid is so good, so balanced. And I love the fact that Turgeon is showing the trust in his young guy and Ayala, and starting him and letting him play through some tough spots he's been in earlier in the season.
This guy right here, Dimitri Trice, is I believe Wisconsin is a far better team when he's in rhythm, and he wasn't the other night. He and Aline Ford can really help this club as complementary aspects, and they're right on cue as a little teardrop to prove it.
Trice has those long arms, great elevation. Now, the other thing you don't get from a lot of, you just don't see it. There are good basketball players in college basketball, but not a lot that have great feel like him.
How about that three? Jalen Smith, something we didn't see on Friday night. Now, listen, he did have 10 boards. It's not as if he didn't make the contribution, but that was as poor a night offensively as he'd had all season long. Maryland now scored on their last 5 trips, and they lead by 7. Right into a double, doesn't matter. Uses the window.
Strong. You know, he's going to come right into you. He's not going to back up and shy away from the contact, so you have to stand your ground when he's trying to drive that ball to the rim.
Got a walk. It'll go the other way.
Oh, it's so nice to be young. Probably not for Turgeon. They probably add gray hairs to him, but the freshman Ayala, soft touch, getting to where he wants to, and then you talked about it, 0 for 9 on Friday against IU, and 0 for 2 from 3, so that's got to feel great for him and everyone else wearing Maryland garb in the building.
How about that production tonight? 10 of their 15 coming from the freshmen. This is as outstanding a class as Turgeon has ever had in his career. He had some real quality gets in his earliest days at Wichita State, but nothing that compares to the high caliber 4-star athletes he brought in this time around. And that's their first turnover.
And that's Pritzl trying to get his big man open. You really don't need to work that hard. I mean, set yourself, especially if you're a three-point shooter. You're working down there. The refs are going to see you holding and moving into screens, and Pritzl doesn't think he did anything wrong. Ethan Happ doesn't need that much help getting open down low.
Aaron Wiggins on the floor now for Maryland, number 2. Here's Fernando. Happ getting as physical with him as he can. No help, though. No help at all.
It's too small. Yeah. And I know that sounds crazy talking about a guy in Happ who's 6'9", but Fernando keeping that foot down and just elevating over the top. That's a grown man move right there.
Bruno Fernando, going back to the game against Indiana, has now made his last 12 shots from the floor.
So what does that tell you? You better go to him again, right?
Yeah, denying the ball. There's another leaner in the lane from yet another outstanding freshman, Ricky Lindo, a late addition to this Maryland quartet. What a difference he's going to be. Probably in a lot of ways the future of this program with his great size. Baseline drive rejected by Fernando. Kobe King took it in, but another Queen swatted it away.
I love this weak side help. You got to be aware of that. He's just full of energy in this. To me, this is an NBA type move. The step through and you finish strong over the smaller player. He's ready.
Davis in the step back. It's headed to Maryland. So far, Wisconsin, from time to time, taking some difficult shots. And you'd think 22 would get a touch every time down the floor. And to this point, Greg Gard's team, at times, has not looked for him.
Hey, you got to credit the defense. They're cutting off Happ, and they're also saying, hey, we're going to make Brad Davison try to beat us. They don't believe he can.
Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins. Wesleyan Christian, Greensboro, North Carolina. And they've doubled up the Badgers and lead by 10. Terps are now 4 out of 5 from downtown. Happ threw that one up from the hip. Did not have any rotation on it. the rebound.
This building was ready to erupt if that ball went in.
Davison off the feed from half.
See, I hold it another click, let the defense recover, and then let Ethan Happ repost down there. You called it, Timmy. He's 22's got to get some better touches.
Absolutely. Well, they've taken him away at times, but they've also not looked that way. Wiggins, too strong off the heel. Happ another rebound. This, by the way, is not uncommon. He can bring it up anytime. Pick and pop, and then put it on the deck. King, great ball fake. But again, Fernando had a little help from his friends, Ricky Lindo as well. And a bit of a Terrapin roadblock. Lindo a leaner.
Again, everything but the basket for young Ricky.
Just like that, Terrapins are 0 for their last 5. Davison, too strong. After an early make, he's now missed 4 in a row.
Gotta go.
Quick outlet, Sorrell Smith on the floor. Yet another outstanding freshman with a dribble handoff.
Gotta give Fernando a touch here, get him involved.
Tried to force it. Lindo knocked it away. Fernando from Lindo. A lot of fouls. 22-10 Maryland. That shows you that length and quickness of those freshmen.
Bruno Fernando defensively showing them, don't bring that stuff in here. And then on the offensive end, you look marvelous.
He's always been a hard worker. And we're trying to have Bruno not forget who he is, which is an energy guy with the rebounds and block shots. But he's also trying to expand his game offensively. His low post games have really come a long ways. And this perimeter game, as far as dribbling and passing, has really come a long ways too.
I mean, the thing about Bruno Fernando is that what Turgeon said, his energy is readily available. You love that for your team leader. The other thing I think it's important to mention is that he's playing the right way. Everyone's outside of this place is talking about the NBA. There's many scouts at every game, but he's playing the right way. He's playing within what the team needs.
No doubt.
And that's to me, that's a big a sign of what kind of character Bruno Fernando has.
Well, in your conversation with him, with the clock down to 1, they got to put it up, by the way. Reader's unaware, and that's just something Greg Gard cannot live with.
Yeah.
He's very upset. That's a veteran team out there in many respects. And they fell asleep there. 22-10. Terps, by the way, 4 out of 6 trays. 4 different guys have made them, including Jalen Stick Smith, who now posts up and does draw the foul against the lean 4.
The one thing you have to give Mark Turgeon credit for is that when Bruno Fernando decided to come back, he didn't just say, we're going to run the same old stuff that college teams run. He threw in sets that NBA teams run, and you can see that by the post-ups, and they clear out. That time it was Jalen Smith. Throw the ball into him, you clear out, give him some room to work. Bruno Fernando's getting those same plays, dribble handoffs. He's getting an opportunity to make decisions at the post area, and that to me is just Mark Turgeon saying, you know what, I care about my players. Even if they may not finish their careers here in their 4 years, I care about them, and I'm going to set them up best to have success.
24-10, Maryland now by 14 with 11 minutes gone. Some wholesale changes made during that timeout as well. Trice has got to get on track here. Ethan Happ needs some help. Rejected by Smith. Knocked away. Into the hands of Sorrell Smith.
That's some length that Ethan Happ's not used to seeing.
They wanted to go alley-oop, but the pass not high enough, and then a foul. The end result. That one's going to go against Bender. Even Bender picking it up just into the game, number 13 in white.
I love the maturity of the freshmen already. Ayala and Smith, they're communicating, and Smith's telling him, throw that thing up higher. And Eric Ayala points to his chest, my fault, my fault.
Lil Iverson forces the issue. And we'll get to the free throw line as a result, as a foul is spotted inside.
All right, that's a good job by Khalil Iverson. Put your head down, use your strength. If no one's going to stop you, Bruno Fernando's out of the game, and Jalen Smith was nowhere near the play. So you got to attack the rim.
First free throws for Wisconsin. Lindo, by the way, picked up the foul. The freshman from here in Washington, D.C., the Washington, D.C. area. Woodrow Wilson High. I think we got a push on half. Well, that's one of those giveaway fouls that a big man never wants to get.
Yeah.
Because they add up over time with all the contact that you're going to have.
Those are the first 2 free throws of the game for Wisconsin. So that tells you, even that number, that they're not going inside the half like they should, because not only is he a presence, but he also forces a lot of teams to foul him. Now, not a great free throw shooter, shooting it better lately, but he's not getting anywhere near the amount of touches he should get, Timmy.
Badgers have now gone almost 6 minutes without a bucket. No points scored. They've been locked on 10 for 6 minutes of game action. Wiggins will trigger it in for Maryland with 15 to shoot. Smith taking it inside, rejected. Little help side defense coming that time.
Nate Reavers stepping up.
Timeout, 7:54 remaining. 24-10. Terps looking sharp early on. And we're delivering the dancing Turgeons, or Turgeonites if you prefer. Boom shakalaka laka, boom shakalaka, right? And Cal Ripken, the Iron Horse of baseball, in the building and on the front row as well. Got to see he and his wife before the game. In fact, we're talking with Gary Williams' old assistant coach Jimmy Patsos, who's here tonight.
Is here, working with Under Armour now.
Yeah.
Talk about energy.
How about this building and what they did? The university decided, as they did with the women's game here, on Saturday, they allowed all of the federal workers that have been furloughed and unable to work during the government shutdown to come for free tonight and enjoy themselves. 2 tickets waiting for us. Magnificent. With the student body not in school at this time and not in session, a very worthwhile cause. And this place is always jumping. One of my favorite stops in college basketball. We've seen 1 field goal by either team. Listen to this. Wisconsin's 0 for their last 7. Maryland is 1 for their last 7 in the last 4.5 minutes.
Scorekeeper's falling asleep over here.
Reavers not there. Back on the offensive boards. Created some space and used the rim as a shield and was able to get that reversal to go and end the drought.
He's so good at that. You think he's going to jump. It gives you a little head fake. Gets you to stand up just a little bit and then goes underneath the other side.
A little high-low game now between Smith and Bruno Fernando.
Go back to him.
Yeah. And a steal.
That's really one set where they've had poor spacing. It doesn't happen a lot with Maryland. And that caused the turnover, bad spacing.
That was a lean forward that got the pilfer. Here he is on the wing. And he lost it. Cowan comes over with the steal and a pull-up.
It's a great job by Eric Ayala. He knows that Khalil Iverson is strong. He's going to put that shoulder down. He gave him just enough space. That ball was exposed. Ayala pokes it away.
Hard to believe that's Cowan's first bucket after the night he had the other night on Friday when we were here. He gets his whenever he wants. Tough shooting opportunity for Trice. That was a good look. Just did not fall. Smith pulls it out of there for Maryland. Cowan drops it off to Ayala. That's just great rotation.
I love that kid, man. I mean, Eric Ayala, again, getting to play big-time minutes, starting, understands the game.
Davison wants the hoop to count. Larry Scarrato coming over. He said the foul was called. He will not get credit for the hoop. No goaltending.
Out of Wilmington, Delaware. Look at just nice release. Good feet, and there's the steal, the poke away that led to this pull-up by Anthony Cowan Jr. I love guards, young guards who just understand. You know, they take the humility out of, or they add they play with humility. They take what they were in high school and AAU, and they say, you know what, I'm going to be a good teammate. That's just feel, but you got to give the credit to the staff of Maryland to recruit guys like that. It doesn't just happen when they get on campus. It's a great find. They have multiple guys that understand the game and what it means to play within the team confines to have success.
Charles Thomas, number 15, for Wisconsin, has come into the game for Nate Reavers. The lead has ballooned to 16 now. Critical for Wisconsin to come up with something here in the remaining 5 and change. The good news for them is that Maryland cooled a little bit themselves. Otherwise, they'd be in a lot worse shape than they are. And a turnover. Davison with a bounce pass entry, and he didn't get a lot of help from Kobe King that time.
No, you throw it to the corner. Kobe, if he caught that ball, he really had no room to maneuver. Now, if he cut to the basket, that's a different story.
I think that's what Davison thought he was doing, was he was going to cut, and he didn't. One of those communication breakdowns.
They happen a lot.
Yeah. Fernando. Getting a little physical with him, and foul is picked up. It goes against Charles Thomas, another one of the seniors. Young man from right here in Maryland, Highland, Maryland. River Hills High School, he gets the foul. 1-and-1 time now for Bruno Fernando. 72% free throw shooter. Now the Rams and the Saints in the NFC Championship game. Top 2 teams will be on display in my home state. Breeze against Goff. Got young quarterbacks, young head coach for the Rams, and a veteran head coach and soon-to-be Hall of Famer Sean Payton for New Orleans. That'll be a lot of fun this weekend. 31-13 here with 5 to play in the opening half. Second game of 2 in the Big Ten on FS1 tonight. There's nothing falling for Wisconsin. Can't get on track.
And that's the problem when Trice is handling the basketball. He's got to find guys. So he's not the team's best shooter. He's not out there to knock down shots.
Well, that was Kobe King that came up empty that time. Here's Fernando. And he's just, that shooting percentage is skyrocketing. He's got 8 tonight, and he's 3 for 4 on the evening. His run of 12 consecutive field goals did come to an end going back to Friday night's win. Trice, a runner, uses the glass. Sophomore from Huber Heights, Ohio. 33-15.
Bruno Fernando doesn't take a lot of free throws, about 4 a game. That's because he's shooting almost 70%. It's hard. Can't foul you if you're making baskets all the time.
Tough pass that time by Cowan. Got a break, though, and got it back. Quick launch. Lindo tries to save it, but Happ comes away with it. Now numbers for Wisconsin. Happ. An opportunity missed again for Wisconsin. Wow. They had numbers.
Love when my guards, though, stick their noses in.
Ayala.
Look at that. Just a terrific job all game long by the guards of Maryland to help their big guys out. Their big guy helping them out. Bruno with the sky hook. Maryland in control.
And here's a look at that AP top 10 coming in. Of course, Zion Williamson, he had the issues with the double vision after being poked in the eye, and you had to figure they might be, the Blue Devils, a little flat after the way they won against Florida State. But Virginia, they're undefeated and ranked 4th. They play Virginia Tech tomorrow night.
It'll be a great game, man.
Now, the AP poll has Virginia 4.
Yeah.
The coaches poll has them number 1. I can't
What are you
recall.
going to believe? The coaches?
Well, I don't remember any time where there was that much of a discrepancy from 4 to 1 with an undefeated team in college basketball. And again, the woes for Wisconsin. Think about this. Maryland's got 15 points from three-point range. They're 5 out of 9, Donnie. Wisconsin has 15 points total.
Maryland doing the job in second chance points as well, or points off turnovers, with 11-0 on the other side. Almost as many points again as Wisconsin has.
The way this team is playing right now, I'm not so sure. There's Smith with another great offensive rebound. I'm not so sure that they're not in the same league with Michigan and Michigan State the way they're playing right now. I mean, really.
I mean, you know, the thing that
Look at this.
you have to say about them is their young guys are getting better every minute.
And their ceiling's got to be high.
Yeah.
When you're this young, your ceiling has got to be high. Now, they do have a tough road schedule in front of them, and that makes this game all the more important. Another rejection by Smith. Just don't bring it in there. Kobe King this time on the receiving end of a reject. Nothing doing for Trice.
And the problem is the defense of Maryland is so good that a lot of their shots are their desperation shots to get something up to beat the clock.
By the way, we just learned from our friends in the studio in Los Angeles that Syracuse has knocked off Duke. So the number 1 team in the AP poll, Blue Devils go down. Shot clock winding down. Pretty good guy to have it, don't you think? Cowan. Not there, though, and it's Fritzl pulls it down. We've got a foul on the deck as the shot was going up. Looks like it may be against Wisconsin and Reavers.
Yeah, Anthony Cowan just has to make up his mind. This is his team. He's got to believe that. Even if he takes tough shots, I don't mind that. I mean, he's that good of a player. He's put his time in. He's led them the right way. Go ahead and take that shot. He got caught up in the air, and fortunately, they recovered it. And he left the next one short, but this is his team, and he's got to play like that. Turgeon's going to allow him to shoot tough shots. Just has to have confidence in himself.
Jalen Smith at the free throw line. Guard wanted a confirmation as to where the foul was and why it was called, and he got that from Scarano after the conversation with Steve McJenkins. Previous 2 games, Wisconsin was 17 of 32 from downtown, 53% tonight, 0 for 7.
Got to be offensive, yeah.
And add that to the earlier foul on the missed free throw, and Happ suddenly has 2 with 1:04 to play.
Well, he recognizes the slight Lindo, and you put your shoulder down, but it's right in front of the official. Now, he's not squared up. He just, that little chicken wing came out for a quick second there. It was an easy call for the official.
Aleem Ford checks back in for Happ.
Man, that's a guy who missed a couple games early in the season that they need to get going. 6'8", can knock it down.
Davison, well, he's all over the place. A human floor burn, that guy.
Yeah.
And Morcell is going to be tagged as the last to touch it, so it's out of bounds to Wisconsin.
And you need plays like that because maybe that can inspire your team. Now you're going into halftime. You need something good here to happen, but Brad Davison, he plays, you can't tell if he's up 20, down 20, tie game. You love guys like that.
There's no quit in that young man, no doubt about it.
And this is where Trice has to take the game over a little bit and be aggressive.
Yeah, he's got the talent. He had a couple of shots go in and out on him, and his confidence was hurt. Ford can't get that one to go. These three-pointers Wisconsin's taking are off balance.
Oh, because they're at the end of the clock, and the defense has been so good.
Highly contested shots.
Yeah, keeping them off balance.
Yeah. I want to make all my friends in Los Angeles that are listening tonight, Lavin and Stone especially, because they spend so much time with you. You guys warm up now because the great golfer from Connecticut is coming to see you in February.
My guy Casey Jacobson.
Yeah, he's bringing the sticks.
He can help in this game the way they're shooting threes right now.
Isn't that the truth?
In his suit, he can make more shots.
There's the dump down to Fernando. Look at those hands. Just can't convert it. Timeout, halftime, and here we go. On to Los Angeles with a 18-point cushion at the break, 33-15. The aforementioned Rob Stone in L.A. The Jeep halftime report is coming up right after this. And it's sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. 33-15, Maryland with an incredible lead against a Wisconsin team that we anticipated would be bringing it tonight. But so far, what we've seen is a great combination of outside, inside for this Maryland team.
Well, the young fella, Eric Ayala, his motto is be the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest is Timmy B. I don't know, he might have to get a different motto. But anyway, he was great for his team in the first half. 8 points, only missed 1 shot. Did a terrific job, 3 of 4. And this is, he just continues to get better, Bruno Fernando. I call this a sky hook. It's more of a jump hook. Jump hooks work, especially when you're the biggest guy in the building. Keep doing that.
Well, our stat comparison sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee has been a bit of a blowout, but I got to say, Bruno Fernando's had more help from his friends than has Ethan Happ.
Yeah.
No question about that.
You know, you have some guys, you know, Brad Davison started this game. He had 7 shots at one point. He only averages about 7.5 a game. That's too many, I think, for him. Love to see him off the ball and maybe get Demetric Trice coming off some down screens. He's got to wake up a little bit. But you're right. The supporting cast for Maryland has been much better in that first half than they have for Wisconsin. But this is what the games are all about. You can't think of it as a setback. You got to think of it as a setup if you're Wisconsin.
Well, you do recall the Indiana start versus the Maryland start on Friday night. They flipped the script, and that's exactly what Wisconsin's got to do. They got to do that and then some to make this a competitive game, and we expected it to be. Demetric Trice is a really solid player, and we just have not seen his game come to the forefront at all, and we've got a foul spotted right away. And it was off the ball, and it's committed by Fernando, and that's the second.
And what could help Wisconsin? They have a unique living situation. They all live in the same building. Before the season started, Ethan Happ had a lease already signed for his apartment. When the rest of the team decided they're going to live together, he broke that lease and decided to go live with his teammates. So 12 guys, 13 guys live together. That brings you closer when you're down. Maybe that can help and translate into getting back into this game for Wisconsin.
Nate Reavers gets things off to a good start. He had 5 points in the Purdue overtime loss on Friday night. Another Minnesota kid that's come to play at Wisconsin. There's a rejection by Happ as Jalen Stick-Smith took it inside.
Well, you're going to your left, and then you bring it back towards the defender. It's an easy block for Ethan Happ. I don't think that ball made it above the numbers. You got to go with the left hand, extend, use your length.
Who said a guy that plays below the rim cannot come up with a block shot, huh?
Happ's a smart player. He's seen it all.
He's an angles and position big man. That's what he is. He always has the right angle and generally in good position. Reavers unable to get that one to go, but it was a good look.
You know, those are the shots that you need to fall. You know, Nate Reavers is a terrific shooter.
They're 0 for 9 now from 3-point range, Wisconsin.
Look at that pass.
Marcel. Jalen Smith corrals the long rebound. A little plastic man on that one. He stretched out all the way for that one. Yeah, I love the way Cowan plays. He just facilitates everybody else, calls his own number only when he has to. Smith.
There you go, big fella. Nice little pull-up from the elbow. They work on that a lot in practice and in shoot-arounds.
We're really seeing a lot more of his dexterity on the offensive end tonight than we did in the win over Indiana when he went scoreless. Davison. See, he rushed that shot, and he was open. A little anxiety with Wisconsin from downtown.
I like the patience of Maryland, too. They're not shooting the ball too early in the shot clock. They're swinging it around, sharing the ball.
Ayala, nothing but nylon. You can make a case. I mean, they only shot 39% in the first half. They had a 5-minute drought, and yet we're up by 18 at the break. And now they've extended the lead to 21. They're just daring Reavers to shoot. And now he knocks one in.
They can't think about it. They waited a click there, maybe to see what Fernando was going to do, but he's an able shooter from out there. He's got to let it go.
That's the first 3 of the night. Mark that one down. Let's see if Wisconsin can warm up as a team, seeing one go through the cylinder. Cowan out of a scramble. Does get fouled and will get to the free throw line.
I just love the unselfishness. And remember, a lot of freshmen that Turgeon's dealing with. It starts with this guy. Bullet pass out top. The other leader, Cowan Jr., Ayala knocking it down. That's pretty much been, even though they only shot 39% in the first half, their quality shots are coming from wide open. The extra pass, we get to the third side of the floor, starts on the right, goes to the left, goes back the other way. So you're shifting the defense, and guys just, they can't catch up, and there's open shots out there for Maryland.
Kobe King is checked back into the game for Wisconsin. Number 23, redshirt freshman across Wisconsin. Fernando comes out of there with it yet again. Heads always up as you see Cowan finding Marcel. It was a good look. Took it right in there. App just clearing out and trying to abuse the defender.
Yes,
he is just amazing with the ball.
I think the spin move's a carry. I really do. When you spin almost in an entire circle and the ball, and your hand has to be underneath it. And I think if you allow a player to spin and basically carry the ball, you got to allow a little contact. Just take a look. Here's the spin. Look at the hand. I mean, that ball is coming underneath the ball to spin it around. Yeah. It's not on top of it, but. And if you allow that, you might have to allow a little bit of contact, I think, as well. Hey, let's even this thing out.
A lot of times, and this is what Mark Turgeon was talking to us about earlier today, he said, the thing with Ethan Happ is a lot of times you think, well, if he gets the ball far from the basket, that'll make it more difficult. He's sometimes a more difficult challenge when he's got that kind of space, and that's a third foul on Fernando. That really hurts Turgeon's feelings, and he's going to let Scarano know about it. That is a big second foul to pick up in the second half. 3 overall on Bruno. They get tied up there.
I think that's a no call.
Yeah.
I honestly do. You got 2 big bodies under there. I think you give that ball to Wisconsin and let them play on.
It's a bit of an equalizer, we can say that. Yeah. In terms of allowing Wisconsin a better opportunity now to attack the 10. Let's see if they go at the rack, even though Jalen Smith is still on the floor. Another shot blocker. Goes to the left hand, which he oftentimes does. Can't get it to go. Reavers attacking it. Has it knocked away by Lindo.
Block party in there. You can't bring that stuff in there weak.
Get Lindo into the game, and he gets a rejection. Cowan. At the rebound. Well, I think Lindo got hurt in the groin area. He pulled up a little lane there. I don't know if he's going to be able to hang on the floor for much longer. He's in some pain.
This is Anthony Cowan time. Your big boy goes to the bench.
That's a big 3 right there. Finally, Kobe King gets one to go. So 2 threes have been hit. After falling down by 21, the lead carved to 16. And I think they're going to get Lindo out as soon as they possibly can. Aaron Wiggins has come to the scorer's table. Cowan will get to the free throw line. Xavier rekindles their rivalry with number 22 and vastly improving Villanova. the defending national champions at 8:30. Big Ten and Big East basketball Friday, only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
I got to give the fans with the flags some love. Usually that's the students doing
Absolutely.
that. And you may think it's easy. Oh, you better know what you're doing if you're underneath up there.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Maryland, when it comes to their alumni base,
Are you kidding me?
they get it.
Yeah, and they don't play around. They don't take that stuff lightly.
There are a lot of people in the media. You know, we hear it so often in Syracuse. You know, the cradle of broadcasters. There are so many from Maryland that I've gotten to know through the years and worked with and alongside.
Hey, what about the cradle of broadcast? UConn.
Hey.
Myself, Rebecca Lobo.
Yeah, there you go. Tim Brandt, who worked with Keith Jackson all those years, was at the local ABC affiliate here for many years. Worked football. Tim is retired now and living here. I heard from him this week. Ball will go back over the other way. The Maryland fans being heard from.
You know, it's great when you're a player and they know your name. It's not great when you're an official and they're chanting your name.
Orlando wasn't ready for that pass. It wasn't dart, and it wasn't close range. And here's Trice the other way.
But you got to catch that ball, man. You're in the game. Bruno Fernando's out. You're in because your coach believes you belong in the game. You got to be ready to catch the ball. You practice with the guy.
I'm a little surprised after that injury that he took a moment ago that he's back out after the timeout.
There you go, man.
Trice. Well, that's a three that could warm him up. That's their third this half.
Would like to see Maryland start playing downhill a little bit. I know it's hard off of a make, but still, you got to create the tempo that you had in that first half that got you that big lead.
We're watching Anthony Cowan here. He had that big performance on Friday night. He had 24. Tonight he only has 5 points. Now, you know, you're watching him play and you say, well, but he's distributing. He's doing the things that a point guard is supposed to do. But I watch Anthony Cowan and I see a guy that could go off like a Marcus Howard. I mean, I do. I think he's got that kind of offensive capability. He just chooses when to turn it on.
I think he feels that the way to lead is to get your teammates involved. But you're absolutely right. At some point, you got to start taking this thing over and being selfish for your team in a way that means you have to score the ball. Continue to do what you do, but there are some guys I just don't want to be passers at certain times in games. I want them to take over, and he's one of them.
Terrell Smith got that foul, by the way. Fourth team foul committed by Maryland in this half. There's a pull-up. Just not online at all tonight for Kobe King.
See, there's a little contact there. I think you could, if you're going to call it what you're calling Bruno for his third, you got to call that one too. Same amount of contact.
Smith the pull-up. What a maneuver in there by Lindo, and he's down again. And he may have aggravated that already injured groin that he had a moment ago. He is on the deck and in some pain now. Brevin Pritzel will get the foul, his first.
He grabbed the back of that left leg immediately.
He's up and around. Shaking out some cobwebs.
And you hold your breath when you see guys go up like that and their feet get taken out from under them.
You know, he was a real late arrival. And so many of them believe that he and Terrell Smith are going to be, you know, the four-year guys, the guys that will be glue, that will stay with the program. You got some obvious great talent that could leave early, but these guys are the foundation of this recruiting class. It's going to keep Maryland relevant for a long time. Cowan and a foul. He hit the on switch right there.
He's got such great change of speed. He says his favorite player of all time is Isaiah Thomas, the modern day Isaiah Thomas. He showed a little bit of but he has the ability. You called it to me. He's just got to understand that, hey, if I go score and take some tough shots, it's what my team needs.
Ethan Happ checking back in for Charles Thomas for Wisconsin. 44-26. It was 18 at the break. It's 18 now, the deficit for Wisconsin. Keep waiting to see if there's some life on this end of the floor. Davison in traffic, needs help, finds Happ. Two-man game between he and Davison. Up top, just will not fall for Aline Ford. Happ, beautiful find by Trice right there.
And all the white uniforms took off, ready to start their fast break. You got to get that orange thing first before you can go down the other end.
Badgers are a veteran team. You don't expect them to fold, but they have really struggled to score tonight. Finger roll that won't go. That's going to be a block. Davison's going to pick it up, and he absorbed the brunt of the blow. Tough night for Brady. That's his second foul.
I'm speechless. I thought Davison's feet were outside of that. Maybe he was still moving, but
to me, the only way that goes the way it goes is if he's inside the retreating line. I mean, that's the only way that can't. That's got to be a player control foul unless he was inside it. It's okay to be speechless. It happens a lot with me. It happens from time to time.
No comment.
We've been together too long. We need to send you back to L.A. Here's Trice from downtown. Nothing but listen.
That's what we talked about at half. Take him off the ball. Let him come off some screens. Get him going that way.
The lead back down to 15. Smith working in on Happ. A little too strong. Lindo had it. Lost it out of bounds. Last touched by the Badgers. Aline Ford, the last to touch it. We'll be right back.
Friday on FS1. It's a cup.
46-31. Love it when the dance line is out and the Turgeonites try their best to impersonate them. It's at times not a good look, but it's a fun look. We're having our fair share of fun right now
like
as we look
they
at
look like some young Tim Brandos to me.
Oh, they didn't call me Toe Tap and Timmy B for nothing. I had more rhythm than those guys. But take a look at our Big Ten news and notes. You've got to figure if Michigan beats Wisconsin after what happened to Duke tonight against Syracuse, maybe they slide into the one position.
They deserve it. I mean, they're that good. That's one team. You know, you always hear people say they're better than their record. You can't be better than undefeated, but Michigan, if they could, I mean, they're that good. They are as good as that record.
There'll be those that obviously would argue Virginia #1 in the coaches poll. And they get Virginia Tech, as we mentioned. But that game with Michigan and Wisconsin, Wisconsin's going to be really in a bad mood if this continues. There's Happ with a beautiful slip to the baseline, and Trice finds him, and it's 46-33. And this lull in the crowd now beginning to show that the Badgers are on a bit of a run. They cut it down to 13, once down by as many as 21. And Bruno Fernando sitting with those 3 fouls has impacted this Wisconsin spurt. Cowan, whenever he wants it,
And he suddenly takes the game over.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to give the ball.
Go the other way.
Yeah, this is a great job. A little pick and roll, and Happ finishes strong. A little bit better balance when you don't have that other big on the floor. And a nice step back by Anthony Cowan Jr. Beautiful.
So Happ commits not only a turnover, but a foul to go with it. So he has 3 to go along with Bruno Fernando's 3. That pass was a little too strong. Did they get Happ with the arm? Did they get him? Let's see. Yep, they did. That's 4. And he'll have to go sit down.
And that's, you know, that's the luxury that Turgeon has with Jalen Smith when Bruno Fernando goes down, or Ricky Lindo Jr. But for great guard, and that's a clear foul. You see the left hand grabbing Fernando. There's no guy really to step up and help in place of Ethan Happ sitting on the bench.
Well, and by the way, for a veteran player like Ethan, I mean, that's just a cardinal sin. He committed a turnover and a foul on the offensive end, then goes down with Fernando and hugs him and picks up his 4th foul with 10:38 left. I mean, that's just something you normally would never see from Ethan Happ. He's got such a great basketball IQ. 2 fouls in 9 seconds.
Great job by Mark Turgeon's guys. Bruno Fernando goes in the game. You go right to him. You put Ethan Happ in that position to have to foul. So kudos to the Terrapins.
Maryland, the youngest team in the Big Ten, playing with a very high basketball IQ. Davison leaning in, can't get it to go. It's just been that kind of night for him. Marcel looking for Fernando.
Got to go back to it. There's no switch. He's got a little high on him.
Yep. That is a mismatch, is it not? Working a pick and roll. Marcel takes it inside. There's Cowan again.
See, that just can't happen. I mean, they say in the fog of war, plans change. Don't run your offense if you got the biggest guy on the floor with the smallest guy guarding him.
Reavers. Well, that's 2 you should have had to the 3 you gave up. That's a 5-point swing.
Yeah, absolutely.
51-36. Wisconsin would just love to get this thing down to single digits if they can by the 5-minute mark. That's an offensive foul. He leaned in. He got that shoulder down. Reavers, excellent job on the baseline here. Boom.
And then there's one. They give you one,
yeah.
and that's a
chicken wing was out the second time.
Yeah. Smart job by Nate Reavers. Just standing there, give your body up, take the impact, and take the fall.
So Happ is out with 4. Bruno Fernando out with 4. And let's see what Reavers tries to do against Jalen Smith to try to get him away from the basket.
Not only that, the chess match begins, but from guard and Turgeon to see who will get their big in first. With 9 minutes to play down the stretch, when will they come back in?
Aline Ford picks up the foul, his 3rd. We just saw Brevin Pritzel miss that 3. Donnie, that's another guy that I really believe is a veteran player, has an opportunity. This is a redshirt junior out of De Pere. He can knock down triples. I mean, he can. It's just a question now of being willing to take the shot when it's there.
And if you're Mark Turgeon, you got the lead. You pretty much control what's happening right now with Fernando on the bench, and you guys doing a great job defensively holding Wisconsin to 33%. Now you're only shooting 37, but you have a lead.
Trice. Reavers trying to keep it alive. Well, I think they're going to credit Reavers with that bucket. They will.
That's when you put your hand in the air, just to make sure the scorekeeper sees you first. To say that was my bucket.
Aline Ford was in the general vicinity too, but they will credit Reavers with the bucket. Ayala not there.
Push.
No whistle. Well, they have a chance to cut it to 10 if they knock down a 3, and Reavers is going to launch. How do you do? Reavers with 13 all this half.
Turgeon's got to talk about it.
It's down to 10 with 8 to play. Little woofing going on too as the Badgers make their comeback. These guys from Wisconsin will play strong. Reavers lighting it up from downtown. Nate Reavers just went on a personal 8-0 run in the last 90 seconds to carve this lead down to 10. Let's go inside the huddle of Maryland head coach Mark Turgeon.
The last 7 shots have been threes. Everything's trying to be 3, guys. We got to be better down here. I keep telling us that. Okay? Share the ball.
Yeah, when you're playing well in the first half, that basket is bigger because you made some layups. The last 7 shots, he said, for his team have been threes. You got to move the ball, but you're right, Nate Reavers, I asked the question, who's going to be the guy with Hap going down and Bruno going down? Who will be the guys down low? And Nate Reavers has answered the bell.
Now the question will be, how does he hold up on this end of the floor trying to check Jalen Smith? There's an alley-oop for him. It was a little too strong. Cowan unable to get it, and time now for our media timeout that comes at the under 8 mark. Turgeon was forced to take that one earlier. We'll be right back. Scored Tim Brando, Donnie Marshall. Game 2 of our Big Ten doubleheader, and it's been Nate Reavers in the last 2 minutes leading the way for this Badger attack.
Well, he thought about that one there. I was actually surprised it went down. When you think long, you think wrong, but he made it. And then there, Demetrius Trice has an opportunity to turn the corner, stops, finds his big fella, and now the focus is on him. I think that will open up the game for Trice. Trice not in right now, so you know where that output is going to come from for Wisconsin. I think again another question with Hap on the bench.
Nate coming in with a 7.6-point average, but 36% from downtown. This is a young man, though, that can light it up. He can get going. Smith at the free throw line. Gets that one to go.
And as a player, when you look up there and you see you're down 11, optically, it feels so much further, so much of a bigger lead than that you're trying to catch up to when the score clock says under 8 minutes to play. And that's the key for Maryland. If you can keep the optics of a bigger lead until there's a chance to get brewing, you're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, I think getting it to single digits is where the concern creeps in. But you have to get it there. A lean forward. At long last, he gets one to go. And again, a guy that can mean so much to this team. That's his first bucket of the night. And a guy that they really count on. They need him to make a constant contribution to this team. And another reach-in foul against Davison.
I love the lean forward. I love his size. Look at him come up from the baseline. And really, when he's come back from his injury, slow going, but that right there was smooth like a swan swimming on a lake.
He led the team in three-point shooting efficiency last year, 41%.
6'8", good size.
Yeah.
And sometimes when
It's all there.
When you come back from an injury, it's all mental. You know, it's not mechanical. It's just between the ears a little bit and trusting that you're healthy.
Trice checks back into the game for Brevin Pritzel. Cowan at the line. .55-44, just over 7 minutes left. Fernando is sitting, Ethan Happ is sitting. Both saddled with 4 fouls. Reavers, nice ball fake. Beautifully done inside with help coming from Anthony Cowan. He got it up and over.
Remember, they were down 18 in this game.
Down 9 now. That single digit. We'll see how Maryland responds. Not there. Doesn't go for Wiggins. It's a crazy game, college basketball. Got to play both halves. Maryland came from 8 down to win on Friday night after a sluggish start against Indiana. Got out to a great start, led by 18 at the break tonight. Trice is right. 55-49, a 2-possession game. Wisconsin beginning to feel it. After losing in overtime at home, that sense of desperation. This is now a 21-9 run. Cowan running the curl. Hang time and a foul. They're going to get Reavers this time.
Now remember, talked about Trice getting guys like Reavers going. Well, now you put your hands down and he lets that thing go. You're thinking he's going to be a passer, knocking it down from deep, and then Reavers showing you he can post up as well, especially when you got a smaller guy on you. Great recognition by Davison to get him the ball.
Son of an AAU coach and possibly playing his best basketball right now. You know, it was this team, this Wisconsin team, where Maryland missed out on their opportunity perhaps at continuing that run of trips to the NCAAs. They botched an inbounds play that Anthony was part of in the Big Ten tournament, and it lingered with this club. And I think part of the fire in some of the veterans is the memory of that moment, and they're trying to get some measure of revenge tonight. Hack will come in on the next dead ball. He's come to the scorer's table. Reavers is fouled. Lindo with a hand check.
It's interesting. That's the chess match on that sideline. Happ comes in first. So Greg Gard makes the first move with getting his big back on the floor. Let's see how long Turgeon waits with 5:40 to play. And Bruno Fernando is kind of creeping towards Turgeon. He steps back a little bit. I think he feels that it's his time to go back in the game.
One more foul, and Maryland will have Wisconsin in the bonus. Trice, not to be this time. Lindo clears.
I think you got to feel a little bit. Massage the clock. Get the highest percentage shots you can get if you're Maryland right now.
This guy can help get it for you. Yep, I'll say that one more time. And one. No, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave that off. Charge. Wow. That was a late call. And I'm not sure. Well, yep, good call. Great call.
Yeah.
I thought for a moment he might be inside, but he wasn't. That's just wonderful job.
It was no different than Davison's in the first half.
You're right.
They both took good charges, just different calls.
Davison off the pick. Happ set it, and Davison, who you know is clutch, regardless of how difficult this night has been for him, he will take big shots, and he's cut it to 5.
Well, it's working because the focus is on Ethan Happ back in the game, so you're working off those down screens and along the baseline. If you just move and have good spacing, which Ethan Happ creates, Davison told us earlier in an interview, we saw it, you move and you get to the right spot, good things happen because the focus is on Happ.
Shot clock down to 3 for Cowan. Mismatch, lost his dribble with Happ coming at him. Numbers, 3-on-1, all the way to the rack and the foul. Lindo will get it. Emotional foul, too, as Kobe King was taking it to the rack. Guard may be concerned about more than a common foul, too.
Yeah.
He may want a flagrant one.
Tough play right here, turning the corner.
Let's see. They're going to have to take a look at this. A long look at this. Got him in the head.
Yeah, but he's going for the ball. I think that's just incidental contact. He got the ball first and then the head afterwards.
It will take a look, though. I mean, it's worthy of a look, and they'll get it.
Yeah, see,
I think Greg Gard emotionally was certainly energized by the foul. Anything that's above that shoulder blade is of concern.
But Tim, he hit the ball first.
Agreed. No.
I don't think that this is worthy of a look. I don't. I think at some point you got to be an official. He got the ball first, call the foul, and move on. This right here is just taking too much time. You're taking the air out of a really good game right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well.
Make your call. The crowd might not agree with it, but this right now is taking so much air, and it's not under 2 minutes either, Timmy. I understand.
I hear you. But in today's college game, anytime there is contact at that point, the good news is it does appear that they're moving relatively quickly, and they need to. That's always, I think, a great concern. But in today's college basketball, they will always take that look, and there will always be a concern about the potential of going to a flagrant one. We'll get the word. So it appears we will have a common foul. Is that the word?
Yeah, Terry Oglesby said common foul.
I agree with that.
You know, it was just incidental.
Yeah.
making a play on the ball, which is the right play. I still believe the officials are good enough to be able to make that call without going over to the monitor.
They're only taking their marching orders.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Sometimes
some things aren't subjective, but those type things, they have to believe in their officials. The NCAA has to believe in their refs.
remember, these guys are all being graded for the opportunity to officiate in the NCAAs, although they are employed in the regular season by the conferences in question. But that's just the nature of the beast this season, I believe, and the points of emphasis that we've seen. Here's the bottom line. What was once 18 is now down to 3.
Fernando back in the game now. How do you utilize your bigs for both teams?
One possession game. By the way, they were 0 out of 10 from 3 to open the game. How important is three-point shooting? They are 9 of 14, Wisconsin, from three-point range since the 0 for 10 start. Fernando and Happ each on the floor with 4. No help for Happ. He's got to let him go. Oh, wow. Threw that one up with the left hand on the reversal, but Marcel gets a recycle with the offensive rebound.
Have to give the guards of Maryland just so much credit, not standing around watching Bruno Fernando. He's making a move. There's a rebound to go get. They've been tracking it down all game long.
Maryland without a bucket in the last 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Marcel, not there. And this drought continues. The Badgers with some grit. And Turgeon's homestanding Terrapins trying to hang on. All right, Rob, thank you. It'll be a lot of fun, as has this second half. Donnie Marshall.
Tell you what.
And how the way the Wisconsin Badgers have gone about doing it. Look at that difference. It's not rocket science.
No.
It's all about execution. And oh, by the way, if you can score from downtown, life is easier.
The first 24 minutes, they had 20 points. The last 12 and a half minutes, 34. It's a game of runs. I mean, you got to tell your team, if you're Greg Gard at halftime, you got to have faith. Faith is evidence of things not seen. And this is the culmination of it. They're believing in each other.
No question. Reavers for 3. There it is. We're tied at 57. Here we go.
Say what you want about Wisconsin. They are tough-minded. They believe in one another, and that's the only way you got to make some threes, but the only way you can get back in a game when you're down 18 on the road in the Big Ten.
Notice how guards got Reavers checking Fernando, trying to keep Happ out of foul difficulty. And there's a whistle. Looks like Trice is going to be tagged with this personal foul.
Coming into this season, they had a lot of confidence in Nate Reavers and what he could add, especially at his size, but it happens because you're playing with great passers. Ethan Happ there, Trice earlier. Nate Reavers, 7 of 11. He's got 18 points, 6 boards. And they were right. The sky's the limit for this guy at 6'8", can do so much. And he's in the perfect system to have that success as well.
All of those points in this half.
Yeah.
All of them.
And not only that, he did it when Ethan Happ was on the bench, so it gives Greg Gard really that much more confidence that, okay, if Happ does have issues, even later in the season, I got somebody I can believe in.
You know, Howie Schwab, our resident guru for Fox and FS1, says 10 teams right now, 10, count them, 10, are in the NCAAs, and maybe Northwestern pending at 11.
Yeah.
So tonight what you're seeing is just how balanced this league is in every aspect. Davison with a save to Happ. Well, that kid just is, his alertness always in evidence.
Sticks that nose in, man.
Yes, he does.
I know they've said it many times as a football player, he likes to get dirty, and
he's got
it translates.
Got that square jaw.
That's it.
Like a quarterback or a linebacker. Inside Happ. Knocked away, last touch by Lindo.
Remember, Brad Davison had an opportunity to go play football at Minnesota. I mean, they wanted him to play football big time in college, and he decided to play basketball, and he talked about it. He played point guard last year. It wasn't his natural position, but I tell you what, he's giving Greg Gard everything he has, and Wisconsin not going away.
Building a better bank starts with looking at something old and saying, really? So Capital One is building something completely new. Capital One Cafes. Inviting places with people here to help you, not sell you. And savings and checking accounts with no fees or minimums, because that's how it should be. You can open one from right here or anywhere in 5 minutes. Seriously, 5 minutes. This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Our game reset sponsored by SoFi. Get your money right. Double bonus in effect with Wisconsin. Possession arrow does belong to Maryland. That's important in a tie game or close game in a scrum situation. Only 7 to shoot here, Donnie.
Two-man game or get out of Trice's way.
Why not him? Why not him? Davison gets your shoulder pad squared. 60 to 59. The Badgers lead. 1:50 to play. Timeout, Maryland. Their last lead was at 4-2.
How about the composure of Dimitri Trice? Everyone in the building, including myself, thought he would try to go one-on-one with Fox. Look at that shot on top of your screen, folks. What a great route to run for the former quarterback. Off of Ethan Happ, pops to the corner and knocks that thing down.
I'll tell you the other thing you notice, how efficient Wisconsin's been in the second half. Granted, they've made shots, and you have to do that. But they've been so efficient, not turning the ball over, getting every opportunity they can, and that's important whenever you're going on the road and trying to get a win, especially when you're trying to come from behind 18 at the break.
And how about this? Beating Maryland at their own game. Points in the paint, 20 for Wisconsin, 12 for Maryland. And that's unheard of when you have a guy like Bruno Fernando now dealing with some foul trouble late in the game in his half, but still, Wisconsin has done it from the outside. They've done it inside. Really, and only played a 20-minute game so far.
It's a young Maryland team with a lot of tough road games coming up. Only 4 of 17 in this half. No field goals in the last 9:08. Cowan, too strong. A rare miss on that runner.
Pretty good play there, too. You fake the up screen. Bruno Fernando slips it, and now it leaves the lane wide open. Cowan just couldn't finish it.
Terrapins really do run great plays, too. That was well designed by Turgeon during the timeout.
They're a pretty good defensive team, too, and they need it right now.
Davison's feeling it. He's feeling it. It's going up. This one's off the heel.
I don't mind that. He's hot.
Neither does his coach.
Yeah.
He will never shy away from the big shot. 1 minute left and a 1-point deficit for the Terps. Fernando working on Reavers. Remember, he's got 4. Great defense by Reavers. He had to give it up. Cowan, solo for 3. Woo! 62-60. Timeout.
Just the confidence. Straight away, let that thing go. Anthony Cowan Jr. And look at him, calm, poised. Knows that's a big shot. If you're Dimitri Trice, though, you have to play with a hand up. And if he does drive, hope your help is there, because that is a big shot for Maryland.
10
minutes, seconds to go.
10 minutes and 17 seconds without scoring. No field goals. 10 minutes, 17 seconds. Cowan had to take the shot because they had tried to get it into the big fella, and Reavers was not giving up that baseline.
But you got to give a lot of credit to Bruno Fernando. Stayed on balance. You know, he didn't panic.
Cal is enjoying it. Cowan with 20 points, 18 this half. They've needed every one of them. Think about Wisconsin now after losing the way they did to Purdue in overtime. They were spent. You know, and we talked with on Friday after such a long road trip to Minnesota and back. Mark Turgeon was talking about his team was gassed. He thought they started slow. As a result, he gave them Saturday off. You know, no rest for the weary once you get into Big Ten play. You got to gut it out, and in Maryland's case, they really need this with what's ahead for them. The next 2 big games on the road. Reavers, that's a spot. Not this time. Oh, Davison reaching in, committing the foul.
That's a tough one. I mean, talk about drawing up great plays, great guard. He's right up there as well, man. I mean, this is out of a timeout. That's a wide open, almost too open for Nate Reavers. No one running at him. And Davidson's trying to come up with that steal. It's a little bit too much skin.
So Marcel to the free throw line. Just 52% on the year. Not a good free throw shooter. So a foul that you don't mind giving up.
Ricky Lindo Jr. returns for the Terrapins.
Lindo will check in. This is a little defense for offense substitution with the 4 fouls. And Jalen Smith checking out of the game. I thought for a moment he was coming in for Bruno. He actually came in.
Smith only has 1 foul.
Yeah, that surprised me. I thought he was coming in for Fernando. See the shot clock, game clock discrepancy. Only 3 seconds. 3-point game. Are you surprised they're looking for a 3?
Yeah, I didn't think you needed one. You fouled the right person, they put them on the foul line. But
yeah, looks like they committed to it. Timeout. Looks like they committed to going for 3. And now with just 2.6 seconds differential, they've now put themselves in a position where they have to go for 3. And that's their last time out. So they got to draw yet another one up from 3-point range. We talked about that schedule for Maryland. When you're looking up at Columbus and at the Breslin Center, you know you need to get this home victory and keep this streak of 5 straight going all the way to 6.
yeah.
And for the Badgers, having dropped a game at home, it's a big one coming up against number 2 Michigan on Saturday, and then trying to take care of the games in front of you. But that's the way conference season ends. And when you're playing all 20 games, I mean, it's a long road to hoe.
Well, this play right here, what has to happen for Wisconsin, the pick and pops have worked with Nate Reavers, and also the picks along the baseline coming up in the slot has been the best shots. If you're Maryland, stay on the ground. Do not foul a jump shooter. There it is, pick and pop.
Wide open for Reavers. Oh, the iron, tantalizingly unkind. Maryland will survive, it appears. Could not have gotten a better look.
It's been what's made them successful, the pick and the pop with Reavers. We called it. And I'm really surprised that Maryland allowed this. There was no help on that weak side. Even that's not going to hurt you from out there. That is, I mean, that's a layup for a 3-point shooter. Again, the same spot. He just missed his last 2. Just as wide open on that one.
Tell you what, I love the leadership skills of Davison there, though. Did you see the moment he missed the shot?
Yeah.
Davison went up to him, pounded him on his chest, said, hey, man, that's a good shot. You made a ton of those. We're not in this game. Davison fouls out with 5.
It's a long season, man.
It is. It is.
You need each other, and that is a great piece of leadership by the sophomore Davison.
Just like Alshon Jeffrey after the dropped pass on the tip and interception yesterday in the NFL. First ones to get to him for the Eagles, his teammates, Nick Foles and others. Hey, man, it happens.
I mean, this is just a great survival game for Maryland.
Yeah.
I mean,
and for Wisconsin, they told you something about themselves even in defeat. That'll do it. 64-60. The Terrapins survive after seeing an 18-point lead relinquished. Actually trailed by 1 at one point. But they now move to 15-3. More importantly, 6-1 in the Big Ten. Greg Gard's club will drop to 11-6. And frankly, their record could be, they could be 14-3 or 15-2 just as easily. They've lost a ton of close games, but that's life in the Big Ten. Well, we're not done here yet, but first we're going to get you back to Rob Stone in Los Angeles. Rob, how do you do?